And now, the general weather around Alaska.
Starting off with the hazardous weather graphic, we've got a high wind warning out for all of the Aleutians here from Chimney-Attu, eastward, Adak, Atka, all the way up to Unalaska. That's for strong winds coming in for tomorrow and tomorrow night, and in the case of the eastern Aleutians here, into Friday for winds of 30 to 40 miles an hour with gusts to 75 miles per hour. And then up here to the north, this is a high surf advisory out for the coastal areas of the Kuskokwim Delta and Nunivak Island for high surf that may result in some minor beach erosion. And from there, looking at the satellite here, got clouds kind of scooting through the southeast coast here, more moisture with another system off to the southwest. Sunshine, clearing skies, southern Alaska here into Bristol Bay and up into the interior as well. This is a narrow band of mid and high level clouds, mostly cirrus, pretty narrow there. Some clouds scattered over the northeast interior, and a weak system here sliding northward brought a little bit of light rain today from the Seward Peninsula on up into the Kotzebue Sound area there, maybe along the northwest coast, but very light amounts. Light amounts of precipitation with this weakening front as it pushes up to the coastline today and really begins to dissipate. So Nunivak Island, maybe up to St. Lawrence Island, and then down along the southwest coast of the Alaska Peninsula, seeing some light rain, but nothing heavy. And then the next big storm out here to the west, clouds gathering with that, pretty heavy cloud shield with this, with rain, moderate rain this afternoon at Chimney, rain spreading into the western Aleutians. And on the chart today, the low center just coming onto the chart there back to the west, otherwise some weak high pressure in advance of that system behind this front that's now stalling out along the southwest coast and weakening, bringing some light rain with it, as I mentioned. Weak high pressure over the interior, really just a lack of storm units resulting in a lot of clear skies, light winds over much of the area there. Areas of fog on the eastern Arctic coast, and but mostly clear here in the central interior. Some clouds around in some areas. Showers on the increase this afternoon for the eastern North Gulf Coast with this trough here, actually from about Cordova over toward Yakutat, seeing an increase in the shower activity, and showers scattered along the southeast coast. This system off to the southwest tonight will push a more general area of light rain into the panhandle there from the Queen Charlottes all the way up along the North Gulf Coast. Showers, Prince William Sound, and maybe some of that reaching Kodiak Island there. No change in the interior. High pressure, light winds, dry conditions, not holding that front back out to the west here. Actually, this intense storm coming into the Bering Sea really pulling whatever left energy it has is about gone and getting caught up in the circulation of that intensifying low center coming eastward. So that's still going to keep a chance of showers in that area. Otherwise, rain spreading eastward here across the central Aleutians and into the Fox Islands there. Rain and wind on the increase of the Pribilof Islands. Gale warnings back behind that, or storm warnings coming in to the western and central Aleutians. And then for tomorrow, that low continues to deepen and move eastward here. Strong winds, Pribilof Islands, gales for the southwest coast with the gusts 50 to 60 miles per hour, maybe even higher, places like Cape Newenham, Cape Romanzoff, Tooksuk Bay in those areas, with rain and wind pushing up across Norton Sound to the southern Seward Peninsula and toward the Bering Strait. And then showers here over the Aleutians with very strong winds, again gusting to 75 miles per hour the entire length of the Aleutian chain, and starting to see the clouds increase, becoming cloudy or staying cloudy for Kodiak Island. Showers along the western Alaska Range, up along the southern Kenai Peninsula and the Prince William Sound and the North Gulf Coast. Another day much like today here over the central and northern interior. And for the Panhandle, scattered showers, still some moisture off the coast there, but we'll see on Friday, looking at a mostly dry day there as this front drives eastward into the Gulf of Alaska and across the northeast Pacific there, starting to weaken but holding together enough to bring gale force winds into the North Gulf Coast. Enough gradient here, east to west gradient, for gale warnings in Prince William Sound because he gusts at 50 miles an hour, and pretty windy conditions through the mountain passes of south central Alaska here. Rain starting to diminish for Kodiak Island along with the winds, and this low center starts to weaken as it moves east-southeastward to just west of Kuskokwim Bay here for Friday afternoon. So still windy for the Perbolos, but winds coming down. Very windy for the Alaska Peninsula and the central Aleutians. Winds diminishing with showers really scattering out over the western Aleutian areas. And it stays dry, but look for an increase in the winds here over the central interior, especially along the Alaska Range here and back in across the Seward Peninsula area, maybe into the Kotzebue Sound region. Otherwise dry with some clearing for the northeast quarter of the state. For the lows tonight, again down in the teens to lower 20s in this area. Eagle and Beaver both fell to 10 degrees above zero last night. Eagle forecast to be 21 tonight. Anyway, not much different what you saw this morning for the lows up there. Otherwise in the 40s out to the west and the Panhandle, and again 20s to lower 30s south central Alaska. Highs for tomorrow in the 40s, much of the interior back down into Bristol Bay, closer to 50 here south central Alaska, upper 40s Copper River Basin, Kodiak near 50, upper 40s for the Aleutians, and in the 40s to near 50 for the southeast coast. And for the lows the following morning, we've got teens here for the Brooks Range and teens in the lower 20s, the eastern interior, mostly in the upper 20s for the central part of the state, warming into the lower 40s out toward the Bering Sea. And that extends down across Bristol Bay, the Aleutians, and Kodiak Island. Otherwise, lows 20s and 30s. Southern Alaska here, coldest Copper River Basin, and in the 40s for the Panhandle. Highs 50 to 55 for the southeast coast on Friday afternoon. Otherwise, lower 50s, south central Alaska, and mostly in the 40s everywhere else, except Fairbanks could push up to 51, and 30s once again from the Brooks Range out to the Arctic coast.